Welcome to the Future of Health, the podcast where we decode the science, the stories, and the breakthroughs reshaping medicine as we know it. Today, we are diving into one of the most exciting frontiers in modern science: artificial intelligence in medicine. Whether you are a clinician, a student, a tech professional, or simply someone who wants to understand the world changing around you, this episode is for you. Buckle up because we are about to explore a world where machines predict cancer years before a doctor can, where algorithms discover life changing antibiotics overnight, and where an MIT professor put her own mammograms into an AI to prove it could save lives. This is not science fiction, this is happening right now.
Did you know AI can now predict breast cancer up to 5 years in advance and lung cancer up to 6 years ahead? This isn't science fiction. It's groundbreaking research from MIT, led by Professor Regina Barzilay, a breast cancer survivor who fed her own mammograms into her AI system. To talk about this and much more that AI has to offer and how AI is changing the face of medicine today, we have with us our senior consultant, Akriti. Hi, Akriti, and welcome to the
Hi,
podcast.
Sarda.
Let's begin from the beginning. Tell us what exactly is this AI and why is everyone talking about this?
Oh, very nice question, Sarda. I think we have a lot of buzz around AI, medicine, what exactly it's doing right now. So, to begin with, basically, AI means, using computer algorithms and systems that learn from data and to assist a task like diagnosing diseases, predicting patient outcomes, discovering new drugs, and managing hospital operations and so. So, eventually, what is happening is that these algorithms and data are giving, more efficient replies and answers to the diagnosis evaluation to doctors, so that it can finally reaching to a better efficiency and making doctors giving us a better outcomes out of it. So that is what is AI, where we are putting a lot of data inside the machines, where a lot of patient history will be there, and then they are doing the diagnosis and everything depending on that data and the possibilities and probabilities where the disease can go from here. Like, for example, there are certain work is happening in radiology, pathology, in disease detection, predictive analytics. All this is happening right now with the help of medicine and AI.
Okay, so just as you mentioned, so can you give us some examples of how AI can perform better than a human?
Yeah, absolutely. So, this data which we are integrating in the systems, like, there are so many cases. Like, one of the researchers of MIT University itself is a, living example where
Right.
this,
Hmm.
the doctor you mentioned, Regina,
Yes,
she
yes,
has put her own mammograms
absolutely.
into an AI system. And then,
Hmm.
now with the help of this data, we
Hmm.
can predict breast cancer 5 years ahead of time.
Which is
Something
great.
which is
Yes.
remarkable achievement. And if you can detect a disease 5 years ahead of time, I think the
Hmm.
cure can happen within a year or so, right? Not
Absolutely.
only this, there are also a lot of drugs which we are working on,
Hmm.
where we can now detect lung cancer like 6 year ahead of time. Again, a
Hmm.
great achievement. There
Hmm.
is a lot of work happening in radiology, pathology, predictive analysis is there,
Hmm.
where these systems are actually working and they are
Hmm.
giving very good outcomes. So I think these are the examples which we are happening
Hmm.
right now.
Hmm.
As I was just going through one of the research reports in one of this prestigious hospital, John Hopkins. They are working on photon therapy also, again something where they work on very small nanoparticle size cancer cells, and
Hmm.
again the accuracy to understand the detection of the disease ahead of time, and how to break that molecule and
Hmm.
start curing the patient. This is happening. So right now we are, I think, only using AI 30%, 40%, and we are getting such type of results. Imagine that when once we
Absolutely.
reach to an
Hmm.
efficiency of 100% AI strength,
Hmm.
we can see some amazing results coming our way, and I think
Absolutely.
curing a disease is just a piece of cake by then.
Absolutely. So well said, actually. I think the biggest damage is done when the disease is not detected early on. Like even
Absolutely.
in case of cancers, I think most of the time they remain asymptomatic.
Right.
So parents don't even, sorry, the patients don't even know until it's too late.
Yes, absolutely. And I
So,
think
yeah.
technology has the power there
Mm,
where they can, give you way ahead of time the cure, the timeline to,
absolutely.
treat the patient. And definitely, for doctors also, the efficiency will be, much, much better for them that way.
True,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, very happy to know, Akriti, that AI is changing the face of medicine and the way the drugs are being discovered. So, just a quick question that I always believed that this was a decade long process, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is indeed, and but not right now. I think it has been a traditional way of developing the drugs, which used to take decades of time and cost and money. But right now, AI is actually compressing that also dramatically. If we talk about one or two examples, like Google's DeepMind's AlphaFold cracked a 50-year-old biological challenge, predicting how protein folds into their 3D shapes, and there are so many discoveries which are done, with the different tools, and achievements are there. So now drug discovery is no longer a 10-year or 15-year long process. Rather, Nvidia partnered with a lot of pharmaceutical companies, and where they are putting a lot of money to discover these drugs in a time span of 6 to 12 months, and trying to come up with the drugs which are actually curing very risky diseases in a very short span of time. One or two example, if I have to take, like Halocin and Abacin, these are the AI discovered antibiotics which actually performs magically in lung cancer cure practices. So these are the things which are coming up with the help of AI, and how the discovery is changing their shape. Now it's no longer a decade long process, or 10-year long process at all. So I think this technology is coming up with a lot of strength of its own. So yeah, it's definitely going to add a lot of value to medicine, and apparently this will be the future where we are heading.
So, Akriti, just as you were mentioning, AI knows everything now, I guess. So, does it know what is right for me also? Like, what is this whole idea of personalized treatment that I've come across? Can you throw some light on that?
Definitely, but the methodologies are little different, Sarda. AI can know what treatment to be offering to, a patient. It's a very exciting process to begin with. AI can actually now integrate your genomic data, your medical imaging, your lifestyle patterns, and your electronic health records all at once, and something no human clinician has bandwidth to do. So studies now show AI predicts individualized treatment responses, which is 70 to 72% accuracy using EHR data alone. By 2025, I believe that we are seeing full multi-model data integration, meaning AI can synthesize every layer of your health data to recommend treatments tailored specifically to your biology, and just, provide you single centric treatment to that particular patient. So this is what we can achieve with the help of, AI diagnosis and the personalized medicine which we are talking here. So yeah.
So, my next obvious question to you, Akriti, is AI going to replace doctors soon?
So the short answer, Sarda, is it's no. And if I go with a longer answer, I will be saying that no, not at all. But yes, AI is extraordinarily good at patterns, at data sets. It doesn't get tired. It has no cognitive bias. But by end of the day, medicine is deeply human concept, and patient need empathy, context, judgment, ethical reasoning, and the kind of holistic understanding that AI can't replace. So what we are seeing right now is the augmentation, not the replacement. AI handles the data heavy, repetitive analytical work, freeing physician to spend more time with the human element of care. Interestingly, chatbots have been, rated more empathetic than physician, nearly 79% of medical question answer evaluation, but still there is a reflection which needs human interaction, the empathy which cannot be replaced by a machine. So at no point we can say that AI can replace doctors.
So, Akriti, everything comes with its pros and cons. So, would you want to share with us what are the downsides of AI?
Absolutely. There are so many, but to highlight some, I think every technology, once it is at their initial stage, or once it's at a building stage, it comes with a lot of challenges as well. So
Mhm.
with AI medicine vertical, you can see that they have an algorithmic bias where if the data sets are not
Hmm.
accurate,
Right.
and not in a large number of data is not there,
Hmm.
then we cannot come up with a cure which we can say that it is 100% efficient, because we need
Correct.
to take data from all sort of
Hmm.
skin tones, skin colors, ethnicity, so many things are there.
Correct.
Now adding to this, the second problem comes, that is the privacy. A lot of patients don't want their data to share with a machine,
Mhm.
and eventually it is a very solid concern, because what disease I have, what is my family history, I don't want to share it with the machine, and then
Absolutely.
a
Yeah.
lot of data will be there and open to a lot of doctors and people. So
Yeah. Most of
privacy
us
is
may not be comfortable
correct.
doing this.
Privacy is
Absolutely.
again a big concern with a lot of people right
Mhm.
now. They are
Absolutely.
not comfortable sharing it
Hmm.
on an open platform.
Correct.
And the third one is, I think, the regulations. So even if we are okay to share our data, the regulation come into picture. So right now, if we talk about AI,
Right.
not only in medicine, in any AI centric work which is happening right now, we
Okay.
don't have regulations, ethical practices, and protocols there. And
Hmm.
that is, I think, one of the biggest challenge, which gives you that hint that okay, fine, maybe it's not safe to share something. Maybe it's
True.
not very okay to give my all information to a machine, and then
Hmm.
who God knows who is using it and for what all purposes, right?
Right.
So that way, I think we are facing these one of the top downsides of medical AI to begin
Mhm.
with. Maybe there will be machines, and ethical practices will be imposed down the lane in 2-3 years,
Right.
but at this point of time, these are the challenges which is non-negotiable and becoming hurdle in the development of the technology.
So, Akriti, let's talk about this much sought after amalgamation of SCU with MIT. And we'd like to know, why is everyone talking about this? Why is there a lot of buzz about this program?
I think the integration of this program, SU and MIT, it's one of a kind of collaboration to
Yeah.
begin with.
Hmm.
Basically, it is there to train the doctors to understand that how they can use AI in their day to day life. So what actually this curriculum is going to cover is the data analysis, the disease diagnosis using AI, then NLP for healthcare data is there,
Mhm.
patient risk stratification, hospital optimization, such things, you will
Hmm.
be getting a lot of understanding that how this integration in any of your machines, like even if we talk about doctors, they work on a lot of machines, right?
Hmm.
So what they are doing is that they are infusing these data sets, and these data sets are actually giving a predictive outcomes.
Hmm.
There are certain tools, if I have to highlight, like MIRAI, Sybil is there, Halcyon is there. These are the tools which are being used for the cancer detection, as you mentioned, like 5 years ahead of time.
Wow.
So
Hmm.
something like this, I think every doctor should integrate now in their curriculum. And it's no longer a choice that you opt for it. It is something, it has to be there in the curriculum. And being that exclusive university, SU is
Mhm.
currently collaborated for the same with the MIT. And this particular AI centric medicine course is being powered by NVIDIA. So I think that is where you are going to get the maximum output, out of this medical AI module.
Right.
Not only this module is also being, you will be getting a special certification for it, for the completion,
Hmm.
because you are learning something which is coming from the technological understanding, and you are merging your medicine, knowledge into it. So this is
Absolutely.
going to make you, a better and efficient doctor
Mhm.
down the lane, by 2030. And it
Absolutely.
will become a very potent part of your day to day life, if you see future. So by 2020, 30, 35, I think we will be surrounded with AI. We will be doing a lot of level 1 analysis, level 1 prescription, level 1 reports. We will be judging and actually giving it the leverage to provide the data sets. So that way, I think every doctor should learn it right now. This is, and they can have a very excellent careers coming their way.
Wow, sounds very exciting, Akriti. I think it's a very futuristic curriculum, and I think all aspirants looking for a good medical program should consider this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And having a name from such a prestigious university like Massachusetts Institute of
Yes,
Technology
that makes all
gives
the
you,
difference.
yes, that
Yes, it does.
credibility is there, no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, Akriti, any final message to our listeners, our audience?
Yes, absolutely, Sarda. I would say that, don't wait to understand this that the transformation is happening, whether you engage with it or not. If you are in healthcare, in tech, in policy, or even if you are just someone who will be a patient someday, which is all of us, understanding AI in medicine is becoming as foundational as understanding how vaccines work or how clinical trials are run. Courses like MIT's are exactly the right entry point, rigorous, accessible, and grounded in real research. The opportunity to lead in this space is enormous. Just it starts with education.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We've covered a lot of ground, from AI predicting cancer years before a doctor can detect it, to machines discovering antibiotics overnight, to the ethical challenges that come with handing over parts of healthcare to algorithms. The message is clear: AI in medicine is not a distant future, it's the present, and it's accelerating fast. If today's conversation sparks something in you, a curiosity, a question, a desire to be a part of this transformation, I'd encourage you to come visit Atmiya Education Pune or connect with one of our experts and get your clarity. Until then, stay updated, stay safe. Thank you and bye bye.